Hey Susan, Teresa here. Figured I might as well make you a video about the fleas too because it's Saturday and I'm running out of time here. All right, this is obviously Kitty's bed. And what I have been doing to help with the fleas has actually worked so much better than I could possibly have imagined. Diatomaceous earth. Now, I actually carry diatomaceous earth with me, specifically for fleas. And what I have done with my cats in the past is rubbed a little bit onto their skin in various areas. Now, diatomaceous earth is a crushed, fossilized algae that when you look at it under a microscope looks like like pieces of glass. So it's sharp. It's tiny, but it's sharp. And how it works basically is that it pierces the outer perimeter on intestinal parasites or fleas or whatever, and then they basically dry up and die, and it works fabulous. So with my cat, I would put some of this in her food once or twice a week just to get rid of any worms that she may have concocted, because I never gave her flea medicine. And then I would rub some on her fur, usually here, and she would let me do her armpits and underneath. And I tried that on him a couple times, and he actually did really well with it. I have tried giving him treats of treats of wet food, mixing the diatomaceous earth in there, and he hates wet food. So that was not very helpful. So I was like, all right, dude, what am I gonna do then? I can't do anything for the worms because he won't eat it. I have tried putting it in broth, and he pretty much doesn't like broth either. At least not broth made, excuse me, not broth made with cat food, like watered down cat food. So he's real finicky. So I thought, all right, I'm gonna try putting it in his bed and at least kill the fleas before he can ingest them and they actually, lay the larva inside his intestines. Now with diatomaceous earth, you don't want them or you to breathe it or to get into your eyes, because I just said it's like glass shards under a microscope, right? So it can certainly cause irritation. So what I've been doing on him, which is a freaking miracle, I mean, seriously, I hardly ever notice a flea on him anymore, is a couple of times a week, I will sprinkle, this was a heaping 1/8 teaspoon. I will sprinkle some on his bed in a very small area because I monitored him and I know that his head is always somewhere up here because I don't want him breathing it in and I don't want it getting in his eyes. And then what I would do is come back in with the bottle and just sort of press it down into, I could use my hands and just wash it off, but I've been lazy mostly. And I just sort of smudge it into the cloth with this. And what happens is that, freaking amazing, fleas, whenever a cat is still, fleas will jump down. They'll crawl around on the bedding, they'll lay their eggs, they'll do whatever, and then they'll jump back on the cat. Well, every time they jump down onto the fabric, they crawl through the diatomaceous earth, they get sliced up, they die, so they can't reproduce. I have seen no flea eggs on here for the several weeks that he's been doing it. And that's it. It's super cheap, it's simple. It doesn't torment him with having to have pesticides on his neck like traditional flea medicine, and it doesn't torture you from having to try to get him to hold still to actually do that, which I don't think would happen. So anyway, here's my little diatomaceous earth trick. This has, as I said, worked far better than I could have imagined. I'd actually never done the bedding on a regular basis, only on an emergency basis, and it works great because he sleeps with his head far away from this. I'm saying that because if you ever have a cat who sleeps in every direction, it won't work because then they could put their head in it. Like my little kitty would have her head back there half the time. If you ever want to wash this and shake it out first, make sure you shake out the bed outside as opposed to inside, because you don't want all these little diatomaceous earth particles floating through the air. And I carry this in the van. It was probably about to the bottom of the tape, so I bought some more at the food the pet store, Bend Pet Express, the other day. I'm going to refill my jar so that I can go out with my stash and leave you with this. So if you can ever get him to eat any kind of wet food or broth, you can totally put an 1/8 of a teaspoon or even a heaping 1/8 of a teaspoon, i.e. 1/4 of a teaspoon, into his food. It is safe for them, and it works fabulous as a dewormer. It will seriously work in about 2 or 3 days, and then it's not so harsh on their system like the pesticide dewormers. Okay, that's it. This is my last helpful tip because I have like got to get back. But this has really been fabulous for him because he is highly sensitive to fleas. I know you are. Whenever he gets one, he goes, ow, and he runs through the house like mad. At first I thought he was playing, and then I realized that whenever he stopped running through the house like mad, he would bite at himself a lot. Yeah, I know, and that hardly ever happens anymore, does it? Yeah, since we put the flea medicine on the bed. Oh yeah. So I don't know what his sitting arrangement will be once you're back, but the bed would certainly be easy because whenever you're not in the chair, you could just put the bed right back up there and then he can come and go. And you could probably also put some in the little bed over there. I have that towel on the chair because I caught him scratching that corner. He is a very good listener. So once he is told no, he has not gone back to a corner. But I've also, once I caught him, I also have just left the blanket or whatever up there. But I mean, he is a good listener. But as you know from your other cats, until they're told no, they don't know to not do it. So I will try to go in and, I might just leave all these blankets because better safe than sorry, because I don't know how late you'll be here on Monday. And that way, oh, but he'll be outside, right? He'll be outside when you get here because the housekeeper is coming at 8. So maybe I'll go ahead and pull these, but know that that's why they're there. I did catch him at that corner once, which is why the pillow is now upright. So you'll find out whatever thing works for you, spraying water or just telling him no. But again, he's been good once I told him no. I just didn't want to have to worry about it, so I've just left it hidden. Left it all covered. Okay, we've had a good visit, he and I. And I sure am grateful that you chose me. It's been a great sit. He's quite a very good young man. Can you go there? Yeah, okay. Oh, let's do a selfie. Of course he ducks. Okay, that's it. Bye.